Welcome to First Things First, the weekday morning devotions from Pastor Stephen Miller at First Free Will Baptist Church of Morrison City in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Properties, default. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with this sound. I'm going to have to figure this out. Anyways, and now I sound like I've got an echo. So, anyways, just bear with me. We'll try to get it straightened out one of these days. But I hope that you're having a good week. Hope the Lord's blessed you. And thankful for what God is doing, what we know that He's going to do. So, sometimes we get caught up with trying to make things right and trying to make things perfect in our ways and everything, but we're just going to trust God and He's going to take care of it. But so just bear with us as we try to figure it out. Anyways, this morning, I'm glad that you're here with me this morning. Glad that you've joined me for my weekday broadcast, and thankful for God's grace and His mercy. And I'll just be honest with you, it is cold. Maybe that's what's wrong with the computer this morning. It's cold outside. I think my phone said that it's 26 degrees here in Kingsport, and to me that's cold. And by the way, whoever ordered all this cold, please take it back. No, like I said yesterday, if we had control of the weather, we'd make a mess of it, and we would have problems one after the other. I'm glad this morning that God's in control and that He's able to watch over us and give us the good with the bad, and we can take the bad and make it good if we just trust in Him this morning and just follow His direction. So, and that's exactly what Noah did whenever he built the ark, and he trusted God through building the ark and putting the animals on, and had a specific way and specific thought that he wanted done by. And we see that's what we taught last night in our Wednesday night Bible study, and had a good time last night. But this morning is a continuation of that as we get into the Word of God this morning. That continuation from yesterday's message, which comes to us today from Genesis chapter 9, verses 1 through 11, which says, "And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God made he man. And you, be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah, and said to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go in out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there be any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And these are the promises that God gave to Noah as he come out, and he did exactly what God would have for him to do, and he followed the Lord in that. And I'm so thankful that we have that example from Noah, that he did what God would have for him to do, and he was found faithful, and he was said that he was a righteous man, and he was found grace in the eyes of the Lord today. And as we think about these things, I'm glad that God gave Noah a specific thing. And as we look here, we see how that as the animals came out, God put a fear of the man in the animals, So now whenever we go into the woods or something, and we see a deer or something, that deer run from it and from us. And we see rabbits or something, they run from us, and it's an instinct in them that they will run. Where did they get that instinct from? Well, they got that instinct here in Genesis chapter 9, whenever God put the fear of man into the animals, and man started hunting the animals for food. And he told them there in verse 4, he said, in verse 3, every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you in all things. And God gives us those blessings. God gives us that to eat today. He meant it for us to eat. And I know that there are some that are strict vegetarians, that they will not eat meat, and I even know of one specific group, and actually had kind of a heated discussion with someone over this, and they were very adamant. They looked at the next verse in verse 5 and said that we shouldn't eat any meat. And that verse 5 says, and surely, back to verse 4, it says, but flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And they use that one verse to say that we need to be vegetarians, that we should not eat meat. But that's not what it meant. The flesh that it's talking about here is the human life that we have. You back up the one verse, and it says, every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. And God put that there for a reason. And there's I'll just say it, some Seventh-day Adventists, they don't believe that we should be eating any meat, and had like I said, a heated discussion with somebody over this, and they looked down on us because I was sitting. Matter of fact, I believe I was sitting at a table at a meal and eating some chicken, and he started in on me on that. But all he had to do was go back to the previous verse, and they take that out of context whenever they read that. And God gives us the things that we need for meat, for food, for the blessings. And because of that, because that they were going to be meat, that's whenever the animals had that fear of man put in them, and they started running. But anyways, I'm getting into next week's lesson on our Wednesday night prayer meeting Bible study. But anyways, I'm glad that God gives us exactly what we need, He will bless us. He will establish us. He's going to give us the grace to continue on. And then He gives us the promise, and what God promises, He will not back down on. We know that we can trust Him in all things, and just as Noah did whenever Noah trusted Him to build the ark. He trusted Him while he was on the ark. He trusted Him to come out of the ark, and he was going to trust Him after that ark experience. And he was going to. Now Noah wasn't perfect. We find later on, that he messed up some, but he did up to this point did what God would have for him to do. Listen, we could learn great examples from Noah in trusting the Lord, and even though it might seem out of our normal thing to do or something, we know that God is going to bless us. God can strengthen us and establish His love and His mercy, His grace with you and me today. And He does that every day. But so friend, I hope that you have a blessed day today. Hope that the Lord will strengthen you and guide you, and that you'll listen to Him. That was part of Noah's thing, is listening to God and trusting Him. I hope that we can listen to Him and trust Him as well, and that we can follow in His grace and knowledge. So, friend, I hope that you have a blessed day today. I hope that the Lord strengthens you throughout the remainder of the work week, and I hope to see you again tomorrow morning for another edition of First Things First. May God bless you, as our prayers.
First Things First is a ministry of First Free Will Baptist Church of Morrison City. We are located at 211 West Carters Valley Road in Kingsport, Tennessee.